Hi ladies and gents, how are you doing today? I thought I'd kind of check in with everybody. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year. I hope last year went out with a bang for you, and then you got a whole new outlook for this year. Mine kind of ended on balls tossed up in the air kind of outlook. But I'm hoping everything comes out for the better. First, I have to tell you, I think it was like 2 days before Christmas, and I have this front door. And with Ohio code, if you're living in a disabled building, your doors have to be fire safe, which means the hinges are set to where they automatically close. So when I'm going out carrying, laundry and stuff, I have one hand on the laundry, one hand on my remote for the wheelchair. So I take my good foot, which is my left foot, I go and put it around the door, back up, swing the door quickly, back, and try to beat that door before it starts closing out into the hallway. Well, many times that doesn't happen, and I wind up hitting the edge of the door. So, a couple days before Christmas, I hit it again doing laundry, and my door wouldn't close. I'm like, oh God. And I looked at the hinges, and the top hinge was completely out. The middle hinge was almost out. So I finally, lift it up, close it, but it wouldn't lock. So, and I called in that Friday night, and the office was closed, so I called the emergency line, and nobody answered. Nobody called back. Excuse me. And so I went a couple of days without being able to lock my door, which, is very unsafe. I thought it was an emergency situation to get someone out here, but nobody ever called back. So I was scheduled to go to Columbus on Christmas Day, to spend the time with my grandkids. So I had my neighbor down the hall just kind of keep an eye out, for any mischievous going on, in my apartment. I didn't think anybody would enter, but, there's always that chance. Because we live in a secured building, so, 99% of the time it's just neighbors in the building. But with it being Christmas, there's a whole lot of visitors that come in. So, she looked out for that. So I think when I got back Sunday, and I knew the office was closed Monday, I just left a message on the machine, and they came out Tuesday morning. They also fixed my heat that day, which was great, because I've been waiting for a month and using space heaters. But they was waiting for a part. They had that in. They fixed the door. But I asked the guy, I said, how much do one of these doors cost in case they bill me for this, in case, we have to get another door? He says they're about $1,000 because there's metal in between the door to where it's fire safe. I'm like, that's not an option. I can't afford that. So what he had done is he put a new hinge on it, and he drilled 2 extra holes into that top hinge to where he could put new screws, have new screw holes, because the other 3 were pretty stripped. And that held. And then he took the spring action off both the top and the bottom hinge, to where I now have to shut the door. If we have any kind of state inspection or whatever, then they will come and tighten that up to where we can pass inspection. But for now, it doesn't close automatically. I have a scarf hanging on my door knocker to where I can, grab it and pull it closed easily. So you know, that was a little situation in itself. And then, oh, when was it? I think it was a week before Christmas. I went to see, well, a little bit over a week, went to see my primary care physician. And I had have him look at a lump that I had noticed, you know, under my armpit, my left arm. And he said it looked like trauma, but he wasn't sure. And they were sending me to a general surgeon. Just 1 minute. I want to get something and show you what I think it might be. Hold on right there. As I knock everything out of the house. Sorry about that. I thought I had everything ready, and obviously I did not. So, back up here a little bit. Bring you closer. Sorry. So anyways, I had an appointment with the surgeon on Tuesday, last Tuesday. It was so cold out and rainy, and I canceled it. You know, and I think a lot of it was anxiety to what was going to happen. So, you know, and I was thinking, what is this? Because here's what it looked like. It looked like two black dots with a line connecting. Now, I had started to think, and I have this genetic thing to where I get a lot of boils. And you know, when a boil pops, that is the worst odor ever. So when I get a boil and I know it's about ready to pop, I'll get in the tub and I will use this to break it and, you know, just scrub, scrub, scrub. If you look at these bristles, that's about the length between the two dots. So what I was starting to think was, because I try to change those brushes out every 3 months because of bristles coming loose. What I think happened is maybe one time I was scrubbing and it got into the the wound of the boil, and it stayed there and caused an infection, but not the kind of infection where it hurts or anything. It caused a calcified infection. I don't know. But that's kind of where I was going with that. So anyways, I went into the doctor Thursday, and I told him what I thought it was. He's a funny doctor. He asked when I got my degree. I told him I hadn't, but, you know, this is what I'm deducing it to. So anyways, what shocked me, he goes, okay, we need to take care of this now. So he starts pulling out this scalpel and, you know, bandages and gloves. And I'm like, what are you doing? He said, we need to do a biopsy. I'm like, here? Now? He goes, yeah. He goes, it won't hurt. We'll numb you really well. And I'm like, you're dealing with someone that's a big baby. He started laughing. He goes, you'll be fine. Now imagine, for about 15-20 minutes, my arm is like this, while he cuts this big of a piece of my skin. Now, it was this long, but it was probably about, that thick of skin he took out, and stitching it. It didn't hurt. I mean, except for the first numbing shot. But, you know, they have to wash footprints off the wall because that's how I braced myself. But beyond that, it didn't hurt. It hurt the next day, but, yeah, it didn't hurt then. So now I have to go back Tuesday and find out. I'm still a little anxious about that, but I'm having good thoughts. It's either bristle or a cyst, something that's not catastrophic. And to me, the big C is very catastrophic to me. I mean, if something's going to happen genetically or anything, it's going to happen to me. The boil thing, that's genetic, I'm the first and only one that's ever had that. So, if it's going to attack someone in my family, it will be me. So, yeah, Tuesday I go back to get the results of that and get the stitches out. I'm really hoping that it's nothing to be concerned about. And that, him taking the area out had solved it. So that's that plan. Now on to better news. As you know, I'm planning to go to Florida to live. And I'm working really hard in getting, the only thing I have to do now is sell my van to get there, because I can always get, like, I don't know, a 2-3 hour job a day to save up to get another one, to which I need one with, one of the electric lifts, because I have a portable ramp now, and I'm just getting too old to use that on my own. And I'll be living with my 72-year-old mother, and she sure can't do it. So I thought the best thing to do is sell the van and, use that for my moving expenses. So really all I have to do on my part is sell the van and find us a residence. Because she's not too computer savvy, so I'm having to do that. So, and we thought, with the prices of everything, like $1,100 for a 2-bedroom, that if we move in together, it'll be a lot cheaper on us, because a lot of the 1-bedrooms are $800-900, and I can't afford that on my own. At least until we can get our own places that base rent on our income. But I'm hoping if I get a job for 2 to 3 hours a day before my back starts hurting really bad, then I'll be able to get a small place and not even have to worry about that. So anyways, I want to introduce you to someone who's going to be taking this trip with me. This here is Dinodog. He will be taking this trip with me, and I will be taking a picture of him on my dashboard in every state we go through. My son made this for me when he was in 2nd grade, and the reason why it's so special is that's the year that his father and I was going through a divorce, and we were not getting along. He was a boy, he was a 7-year-old boy, taking his daddy's side, which was fine. Boys stick with boys. But he brought this home for me. He made this especially for me, and he was so happy when I realized I called it a Dinodog, and that's exactly what it was. The little arms have broke off throughout the years, but that's why this is the one. I've only kept one thing each of my children made me, and this is what my son made me, because it is so special. But Dinodog will be taking the trip with me. As I get started with everything, I'm going to go through my packing routine and all. I told you before that, I'm a hoarder, and I have pretty much got that under control. I have the living room, kitchen, and bathroom under control. The bedroom is not yet, but it will be by the time I get ready to pack. I want, as soon as I get everything done in those 3 rooms, there's a few things that I have to do yet, but as soon as I get everything done, I'm going to show you what those rooms look like, and then I'm going to show you the bedroom before I start it and as I go through it. I think maybe that's something that might help someone who hoards like I do, to where they can start getting their life under control the way I did. It wasn't easy. I went through a lot of counseling on it, and for the first time this year, I've been in church. I've been happier. I do go through my depressive states, but not as bad as I used to. And I thought maybe, I didn't want to show the whole house in the hoarding condition. That was too much for me to handle to put out there. But the bedroom, I think I could do one room to where it's not so bad. So that way the rest of the rooms you can see to where I got it under control. And like I said, there's a few more items, not items, but areas that I have to concentrate on. But I have done a lot in the last 3 months to get it finished. So that way when I have a residence and moving day comes, I could pack this house up in 2 days. That's what I want. I want to get down to the bare minimums, take only the crafts that I love, the ones that I like and I don't do that much, I'm giving away, selling, whatever. Most of my furniture is being sold. I will buy new new or used when I get there. I'm trying to keep the weight of what I take down with me, down to the bare minimum. But yeah, so that's going to be a series of how I do the bedroom. The introduction will be the rest of the house with the side of the bedroom. And if that's something you can't see, I understand. But I think that's something that I can put out there that might help somebody. Because it is an embarrassing thing. And, and all we've ever seen was what was on TV. And I think TV, it's not exaggerated, but the process is exaggerated. So, yeah. So that's going to be out there. So beyond that, I don't think I have much more to say. It's been a quiet New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Last night I was in bed by 11. I think I'm too old to stay up for New Year's. It's just not exciting anymore. And today I got up for church, and I went and helped with the worshiping and all because our worship leader was gone. So I did the projection stuff, and something I'm learning, which is great. And I'm fixing pork and sauerkraut with mashed potatoes and sharing that with my neighbor. So with that, yeah, I think that's pretty much all the updates for the last couple of weeks. But I'm hoping to get a schedule down. I'm going to Target, as someone suggested, and try to find one of their binders to where I can make a planner and base it on my needs instead of, having one with just a calendar. I need a whole bunch of stuff in there so I can keep everything in one place. So anyways, with that being said, I want to say Happy New Year, and I hope everybody had a great evening last night and a great day today, and start thinking for the better things to come this year. Everything's a choice, and what you decide, you have to make the best choices for your family. And I hope everything that you wish for and that you want and need come to you this year. So, see y'all later. Bye.